It seems like Edgar Berlanga got the message quick and he's starting to act up on it. Today, Edgar Berlanga posted this video to his IG where he's wearing a sombrero, waving the Mexican flag, and trying to act as happy as possible singing. And if you don't already know, it seems that Edgar Berlanga is trying to follow the Jaime Munguia footsteps but take him a little further. Canelo Alvarez himself in the past said that one of the reasons Jaime Munguia got the fight was because he was being respectful and wasn't talking trash like David Benavidez. So maybe Edgar Berlanga thinks that if he starts wearing this and then he starts to praise Canelo will actually give him that fight for September. But if it does happen, I've already told you guys my thoughts. You cannot defend Canelo Alvarez for fighting a guy like Edgar Berlanga. Like, this should not even be something that we're talking about. Edgar Berlanga is a trash fighter and should not be taken serious at all.
Pussy.
Moving on with something else to do with Canelo. Got this here from Michael Benson. It says Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is being reportedly eyed for December or January by His Excellency Turkey LLC. Quoted, "I'm working to deliver Canelo, but it's gonna be a bigger fight for Crawford. I'll discuss the names with him." If this were to go down, this would give a nice shot for Terence Crawford to be #1 pound for pound on my list. He'd be going up a good amount of weight classes to 168, and if he managed to beat Canelo and become a 3-time undisputed champion, that would just be insane, and he would be adding another champion to his resume if he gets past Madrimov on August.
Absolutely.
So let's say he gets past those two. Now that's adding 2 champions and a 3-time undisputed to his resume. He'd be roughly tying Naoya Inoue with the amount of champions beaten. This is a fight in the past I've told you guys I would love to see. Question is, how will Terence Crawford deal with Canelo Alvarez's size? Because although he is undersized for 168, Canelo Alvarez is still a pretty big guy. And we can't forget that Terence Crawford has been cracked a few times in the past. So what would happen if a guy like Canelo Alvarez were to land cleanly on Terence Crawford? Would he be able to take a shot like that? We still got to see how he looks against Madrimov. But right now, Mr. Turkey is doing some good stuff for the sport.
Absolutely.
With the next day for Canelo Alvarez to return in September, question now is, who will he be facing? And I've already told you guys that Edgar Berlanga should not even be counted in, but sadly he is one of the options. I told you guys Terence Crawford is being planned for December or January. We got David Benavidez, who should be one of the main options for Canelo. Just adding to the list of people that should not even be options. Before this past weekend's fight, one name we were hearing was Jermall Charlo. Obviously this is some drunk and some hype job that should also not be taken serious like Edgar Berlanga. And just last night we got this here. It says Jermall Charlo was arrested in Texas after police claimed that he crashed his Lamborghini Urus while being intoxicated per TMZ. As you can see right here, the charges were driving while intoxicated, fleeing police, and collision involving damage to a vehicle. Jermall Charlo was apparently bonded out like very fast, but you could tell this guy is just not okay in the head. He just came back after 2 years of inactivity and fought a welterweight that he couldn't knock out. Still hasn't defended that WBC title in like 3 years. We had Rick Glazer reacting to this whole situation, saying Jermall Charlo is doing what he does best, getting into more trouble, living up to Errol Spence standards. Things like this stunt is why I included Jermall Charlo on the list of fighters that should not be taken seriously any longer. Thank you, Jermall, for publicly showing everyone that I was correct. And then we got Michael here saying WBC still won't strip him. Like, this is just absolute facts. This should not be an opponent that a guy like Canelo Alvarez should be looking to face next. Like, we just gotta get Jermall Charlo, this clown, out of boxing.
Like I said before,
Floyd, I'll knock you out, nigga.